throw them all out at one time. But one of the biggest problems is that right now, I see a tremendous divisiveness within BRAC. And it's caused, in my opinion, by our leader.
Well,
People are not coming to BRAC meetings except to stay on the rolls. Some of our esteemed members
Thank you.
have announced that they're going to come every third meeting just to stay on the roll, as long as he's chairman. I think that's a severe problem. I believe it has to be addressed not by a small group like this, which is a good place to start, but as a whole. And it's a situation that is just going to kill the party.
no, I
It's
agree.
going to help nothing but the Democrats.
Unity is something I think there's always going to be factions within every year. We're always going to have certain issues. But I do think if you guys have an issue, whether it be with me, with our chairman, with our vice chair, with our treasurer, we don't know unless you guys say something to us.
So should I write a letter to the chairman?
Even if it's just, I mean, we've
'Cause I
opened.
tried that, it didn't work.
So here's the thing. We've opened the meetings where we have open comments now at the end of every meeting so that people can voice their opinions. I know Chairman DeNapoli did a breakfast with the chairman, I think 2 months ago. So we're trying to have that forum where people can stand up and speak your mind, because that's the important thing. Again, if we don't know we're doing something wrong, and I've been told that the committee wanted to have me recalled at one point in time this year, but if I don't know that somebody had an issue with me, I would have never known until somebody told me that they were talking about a recall of me. And so I say the same thing. I didn't know someone had an issue with something I had done while being secretary in this 6 months. And I say the same thing, you know, if you have a problem with something Chairman DeNapoli is doing, we need to tell him and voice your opinion. And that goes for everyone who sits on the board, because the committee elected us to be there to represent you guys. So I think that's my best answer.
My understanding is I don't know who did it, but I understand he has been told.
I can tell you who's been told, because I've told him in a public letter where I think half the people in this room were copied, and I never even got an acknowledgement. After the grievance that when we went to Orlando on, I actually, since the grievance members stressed unity, and by the way, he was not vindicated, the chairman of the grievance committee looked him in the eyes and said, Mr. DeNapoli, your leadership sucks. And this is a gentleman who would not ordinarily use that word. So there was no vindication there. But the theme was unity, so I wrote him an email and I said, Richard, let's, unity going forward. I'm ready to help, let me know. He acknowledged that 5 weeks later with a, yeah, thanks. Took him 5 weeks to respond to that email. So that's not, in the first place, that indicates that he's being told, he knows what he's doing wrong, he just doesn't give a damn.
The biggest problem is, except for the guy in the White House, he's probably the most narcissistic person I've ever heard of.
Okay,
The guy in the White House beats him by
this
about that
is-
much.
This is the forum to hear your opinions, yes. But I want to move it more into a positive light.
That to me is positive, because we've got to make a change.
One of the observations, I know what was going on with you, one of the observations that I can tell you, and having done the job for 2 terms, you're not going to get everybody to agree with you, you're not going to get everybody to support you. But just because people don't agree with you, I mean, I have had probably a dozen spirited conversations with Anna, but she's been supportive of Republican candidates and working to get Republicans elected for long since before me. And yeah, I'm the blogger of the.
Yeah, what about my chopped liver over here?
Yeah, when I
But
get.
I mean, the point.
Are you? I didn't know that.
You know, Javier and I sparred plenty of times, but at the end of the day, I think some of the things that have been done. And this isn't I didn't come here. I did not come here with any express intent of having a bitch session about Richard DeNapoli. But the fact is, the meeting should be open. Press should be open. Some of the things that have been done to just like have wholesale changes, I don't think have been. I know why he personally has done some of these things. I don't think they're effective, and I think you should make some consideration to change. But with respect to your position, you were elected without opposition. You weren't part of a slate, so he was elected. So was the vice, the whole executive board. He doesn't have to be right or ability to remove you or recall you. I mean, so that, to me, you're doing a whole different, your role is completely different than what he's doing. Obviously, he's the chairman, he's the leader, and you should all be working together, but at the end of the day, you know, if there are other things with his career path and whatever his intentions are through the RPOF or through his political career in his mind, if for some reason you're causing issues with that, maybe he needed to take that up with you before he kind of got into that.
And again, these coffees are not meant to be